It was the last week of December. A dense fog covered everything as I set out for Delhi for my job interview. Is it wise to travel in such cold and fog? My elder brother Babu Bhaiya expressed his concern. But I don't have any other option, I replied irritated. He fell silent and said softly, Prashant, it's not safe to travel right now. The fog is too thick and many trains are getting cancelled. But my interview is in 3 days, Bhaiya. I just hope I do well and get selected. I was extremely frustrated. I had completed my MBA 3 years ago, but I had not landed a job. The COVID-19 pandemic wasted 2 years, and now, after much effort, this opportunity had come. I could not afford to miss it. At home, no one directly said anything, but the tension was always in the air. My elder brother, an MSc graduate, had easily cleared the NEET exam and secured a stable college job. My father had invested a lot in my education, hoping I would have a bright future. However, despite my intelligence, I remained unemployed. During campus placements, I had been selected, but the company went bankrupt before I could join. Another time, on my way to an interview, I had an accident. A kind stranger had taken me to the hospital, got me treated, and called my family. Despite all my struggles, the job seemed to slip away like a shy bride. I am leaving, Bhaiya, Mapa. I touched their feet for blessing and boarded the train. Take care, Prashant. Call us if you need anything, no matter if it is midnight or early morning. Babu Bhaiya said, worried. Haan, Bhaiya. My eyes welled up. The train started moving, picking up speed. The cold was intense and the fog was so thick that nothing was visible outside. As the evening set in, the passing trees appeared like eerie ghosts. I sat by the window, staring outside. Suddenly the train came to a halt and panicked voices filled the air. A strange fear gripped me. The train won't go any further, someone shouted. The railway authorities soon announced, due to extreme fog, many train routes have been diverted or cancelled. This train will not proceed further as the risk of accidents is too high. How can they leave us stranded midway? People complained, but it made no difference. A fellow passenger advised, if you are heading for an interview, take a bus. It's an overnight journey. Reach Banaras by morning and from there take a local train or another bus. Having no other choice, I left the station and walked towards the bus stand. The freezing air cut through my skin like needles. The entire scene covered me in white blanket of fog, looked eerie. It was around 9 p.m. The bus stand was deserted. Who would travel in this cold? I wondered. Shivering, I bought a ticket and boarded the bus. The moisture in the fog pricked like sharp needles. My hands and feet trembled. If only I could get some hot tea. I regretted not bringing a blanket, thinking I would get one in the train. Just then, 3 or 4 women boarded the bus. They were wrapped in shawls and scarves, covering their faces completely. They sat around me. It was so cold. Aren't you freezing? One of them asked. I am, but what can I do? My train got cancelled, so I had to take this bus. I replied shivering. One of them opened a thermos, poured tea into small clay cups, and shared it with her companions. She handed me a cup as well. Drink this. It will warm you up. The hot tea brought immense relief. Thank you so much, I said, folding my hands in gratitude. Where are you headed? I asked. We are going to Allahabad, one of them replied. She opened her bag, took out blankets, and distributed them among her companions. She then handed me one. Wrap yourself in this, or you will freeze overnight. But this is yours, I hesitated. Yes, but we sell this. We make blankets and supply them to shops. If you want, you can pay for it. If not, keep it as a gift from a fellow traveler. I wondered, how much would this blanket cost? I asked hesitantly, how much should I pay? They laughed. Don't worry, just return it when you reach Banaras. We had an extra one, so we gave it to you. Now get some rest. As warmth spread throughout my body, I felt drowsy. The bus honked and started moving. Without realizing it, I fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, I woke up when the conductor shook me. Sir, you have reached. Almost all passengers had already left, including the 4 women. Where did this woman go? I asked. Which woman? The conductor looked at me, puzzled. The 4 ladies who sat around me? Here. No women were sitting here. What are you talking about? But this blanket is theirs. I was stunned. This blanket? It's yours. You had it on you the whole time, the conductor said, staring at me. Hearing our conversation, the bus driver and staff gathered around. After listening to my story, they checked the bus's CCTV footage. But there was nothing. No woman had boarded the bus. No one had given me tea. No one had handed me a blanket. The bus staff burst out laughing. Sir, you must have been dreaming. Wake up properly and get off the bus. They left still chuckling, but I stood there, holding the blanket, utterly stunned. The clay cups near my feet seemed to mock me. Who are they? I wrapped the blanket around myself, slugged my bag over my shoulder, and stepped off the bus. The conductor approached me. Sir, did you really see ghosts? Ghosts? I was shocked. Were they spirits? Yes, sir. At Rangnua station, people often see spirits, especially near the bus stop, but they never harm anyone. Maybe they saved you from some danger. As he spoke, my mind reeled. If I hadn't received that blanket, I might have frozen to death in the chilling fog. The bitter cold and the blanket's warmth both lingered in my senses. Sir, take a bus to Delhi. Don't wander in this cold, the conductor advised. You are right, I replied, moving towards the ticket counter with renewed hope.